Welcome to episode 93 of the Family Geekery Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Danny.
And today we're going to be talking about a new comic series for the podcast, Oz Kingdom of the Lost.
Yeah.
But before that, let's talk about our Geeky Weeks. Danny, why don't you go ahead and kick us off after your jingle? I cut you off. I cut off your jingle. I feel so horrible.
It's okay.
If you want to do it again, you can.
It's okay.
No, you only get paid for one jingle per week.
Yeah.
All right, so you start off.
I, over the weekend, did a art market, and I sold some prints.
Nice.
Nerdy prints.
Nerdy art prints.
Yeah, I sold a Soundwave and a Venom, and someone bought a Figment. It was a lot of good stuff people got.
Someone bought one of the Figments. That's cool.
Yeah, the Haunted Mansion Figment. But nice. I still have one left for you.
I'm getting a t-shirt made.
You don't want my 4x6?
Where's my charcoal Sailor Moon?
It's oil pastel.
Whatever it's called.
But yeah, that was really fun. It was my first ever solo tabling, and it went really successful, so I'm happy with it.
Nice. More capitalism.
Yes.
This podcast is part comics, part video games, and 100% capitalism.
Yes.
No, we don't get paid.
Oh, but we can report on it. It exists. You can't ignore it.
Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't government.
I learned my government from Civilization, the video
Sid
game.
Meier's?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I know about the government also.
Except I still don't know what feudalism means. It has something to do with lords and ladies or something.
Yeah.
I don't stay in feudalism very long. Or despotism. I don't even know how to say it.
Sure.
Despotism?
One of those.
Is that what a thing is? Never heard that word
nepotism.
Before. Well, that's a different thing.
That's a different form of government. Well, cool. We got a little off track, but let's bring it on back in. Are you done, Danny?
Yeah, that was my big thing.
Okay, that was really cool. Congratulations.
It was. Thank you.
Nice.
How about you, Amber?
I started playing Minecraft again.
Ooh.
Yeah, got a server with a couple of friends, and we are going to try to beat the game. Which I've never done solo, actually, because I can't get to... I don't get super attached to any of my Minecraft worlds that I play solo. So this will be the smallest group that I beat Minecraft with.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, beating it means you just mine every block off the server?
Yeah, exactly. Just everything at Bedrock. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Totally.
I'm down with that. As long as I have Danny making all my pickaxes for me.
That's my favorite part.
All right. The Minecraft for Amber. Tabling for Danny. What did I do? Well, yesterday I went to King's Dominion.
Very nice.
Yeah, they had opening weekend this weekend. I wasn't going to go because I figured it'd be crazy busy. But then Saturday it rained all day, so I doubt very many people went then. Because when I say it rained, I mean it rained a lot. And then Sunday was absolutely beautiful. And I still wasn't going to go because everybody that I would like to go with was working.
Not me. I wasn't invited. My day was free.
I was seeing a long-lost friend. Long lost.
Did you rescue her from her lostness?
She left me to move to a different state.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go, but then I saw on the Facebook group that one of the local YouTubers that kind of covers the local theme parks said he was hosting a scavenger hunt. So I was like, I wonder what that is. Let's go check it out. So I checked it out. It was a lot of fun.
Glad you
And
had fun.
I'm happy to report that the park looks great. They made some improvements to Victoria's Pizza.
What do you mean?
Including the menu. Well, they did a full refresh, paint, cleaned everything up.
Oh, is that the one in
inside.
the little candy apple area?
Yep.
Okay.
But they've got now I think it's called a piadilla, and it's basically like a calzone, but it's got a flaky crust, or more like a, I guess more like a stromboli, but a flaky crust.
So like a papadilla?
It's like a hot pocket.
Oh.
But with real ingredients and real food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Real food.
It was good. It was actually really good. So the food much better than it was during the off season. The park was not crowded at all. Some of the rides had some, decent lines for them, but the place wasn't overly crowded. And there's a big wall that goes on and on and on and on all throughout the Jungle X area.
Okay.
For, I think, what they're calling Project 25 or Project 2025.
Are they adding a new world?
They're adding a new coaster to Jungle X.
It'd be really cool. Oh, where the volcano was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fallen Brother Volcano.
It would be really awesome if they made the volcano.
If they remade it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they could, but I don't think they're going to.
Stupid.
Yeah. But they're building a coaster there, and it's all walled off, like I said, but if you go on, what is it, Reptilian?
Uh-huh.
And you go up that long climb to the top of the hill, you can see the whole construction area. See them digging footers. And
no volcanoes.
Moving, this dirt over into that area and moving that dirt over into this area. That's what they do. That's how they make. That's
move dirt for 5 months and then you get a roller coaster.
Yeah, that's how you make a roller coaster. There is watering involved, but mostly moving dirt.
In Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff, all it takes is 10 seconds and a little cloud of smoke, and then pop, there it is.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
Waiting for the pop of smoke. But yeah, that was all pretty cool. And then they did retheme. I'm not sure why, probably licensing purposes. They did retheme the, was it Intimidator?
Oh.
To Project 305.
Oh.
Why can't it be the Intimidator anymore?
I don't know, but his picture is gone. And so is the race car, and so is all NASCAR theming.
Wait, it was NASCAR themed?
Yeah, the Intimidator was a very famous NASCAR driver. That was his nickname.
Who? Dale Earnhardt?
Dale Earnhardt, yep. Number 3.
I didn't know.
Yeah, big picture of him over on the little building that you get your, pictures?
Yeah.
And
now that you mention it, I
lockers
remember
in there. Yeah.
Oh.
But now it's just Project 305. And from what I understand, that's also temporary theming.
I wonder if that's why it was closed. The last bit we were there, but it doesn't seem like it would take too long to just take down the signs and put up new signs.
No. Yeah, they took down some signs, painted the building.
Okay.
And they took out they had a bunch of billboards back there that had stats of his career and that kind of stuff. And they're all gone. You can still see the pylons that they were standing on, but.
Oof.
Yep. Gone.
Dang.
But hey, you gotta move forward. They got rid of was it Bill and Ted? No. Wayne and Garth. Which you probably don't even remember.
No.
Wayne and Garth from Saturday Night Live. They were represented.
Where? At King's Dominion?
Yeah, back in the back by where the Apple Orchard ride thing is, Apple's Apple, and
Mm-hmm.
There was a ride called the Hurler,
Oh.
and that was a reference to Wayne's World,
Oh, Wayne's World.
because one of their little bits was, I'm going to hurl.
Mm-hmm.
And then Garth would say, don't hurl, because if you hurl, I'll blow chunks.
Oh.
Yeah. So they had a ride called the Hurler.
Okay.
I forget if that was Paramount or one of the old companies that owned them had the rights to that.
Oh,
yeah.
I remembered something.
Oh, go ahead.
I watched the docu-series Quiet on Set on
Ooh,
HBO.
I know what that's about.
About Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Specifically.
And Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
But actually, it was kind of less about him and more about everyone else at Nickelodeon who did bad things. So, it's quite interesting. It's also quite sad.
Yeah.
But a very interesting watch, especially for people who kind of grew up on Dan Schneider's shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because just watching back some of the clips, I'm like, I remember that. I remember laughing at that as a kid. And now I see it as an adult and I'm like, oh, that's weird. So
that was kind of the golden age of Nickelodeon's.
Yeah.
What would you call that? Teen series?
Yeah.
Yeah. But good watch if you can handle stuff like that.
Okay.
Anyways, let's get to happy stuff now.
Happy stuff.
Happy stuff.
Yeah, so other than going to King's Dominion, I'm kind of gearing up for Pico April coming up pretty soon.
Yay.
So last year, Pico April, I did a little web series, how to code using Pico 8. And I think this year we're going to actually make a game. I haven't exactly decided what kind of game, but we're going to make a game.
Nice.
Hopefully within a month. I don't know how many episodes it'll take, but
you got this.
We'll get there. We'll make something playable at least. So stay tuned on the YouTube channel for Pico April. Probably launching first week of April. I think we did every Friday last time, so that sounds like a good plan. I'm planning this out live as we talk. That's what we do here.
Don't tell them.
We prepared for the podcast minutes before the podcast, and we plan our series out as we think of it. Yeah, so that's about it for me. So let's get into the topic of the episode, which is Oz, Kingdom of the Lost. And I want to preface this by saying I didn't do enough research. I apologize. We probably should have had all 3 episodes at or all 3 issues to look at, because this was issue 1 of 3. And not only that, this is series, like, I don't know. There's a lot of series that happened before this, so I'm sure you guys picked up on that.
Yeah.
Especially when I got into like page 3 and it had the little editor's asterisk that said,
yeah,
this happened in such and such series. So I went back and I looked at the company, and the company is Zenescope. They are an indie comic group that makes comics and graphic novels, and they're in Pennsylvania. So that's pretty cool. They're almost local to us.
Almost.
just a few states away. But they have several series of kind of fairy tales, like grim fairy tales type stuff, retellings. They put their own little spice on it, and by spice I mean scantily clothed women.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is not unique to this series. If you go to their website, every series, like Robin Hood, Robyn Hood, happens to be an archer that's dressed just like Dorothy is in this series.
Nice.
So they have a very unique, I don't know, unique, but very distinct art style, which the art, I say, is great. I love it. It's like a fantasy art style, and I love it. But yeah, we really should have started about 5 series ago on this instead of jumping right into this one. And even by jumping into this one, we should have read the full 3 episodes, but 3 issues. I never get those right. I'm always saying episodes when I should say issues. I'm saying
Maybe we should just call the podcast Issues.
Yeah, we've got several of them.
Yeah, 93. We can start calling it Issues.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
Sorry, was that too close to the
That doesn't
real
happen on
singer?
podcasts.
Thank goodness for that. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So I apologize for dropping this one on you. I thought it was something that was brand new, but it's something that's this particular series is new, but it's in a very well developed universe that we knew nothing about. But it's a universe that I want to learn more about. How about you guys?
Yeah.
I kind of like that we're jumping in the not beginning, because we've all seen The Wizard of Oz. How much different could it be?
Well,
Like, I mean, yes, it's different. It's its own universe, but like,
there's a girl named Dorothy. I did read through the synopses of the other series. And if you do that, you can kind of see the progression, like, of how she became the heroine of Oz. And there's some witches. At some point, she got possessed and she became evil. And then she got unpossessed and she got back again. She defeated the warlord of Oz. And they defeated the Wizard of Oz. And they defeated some witches. And all that happened. And now we're dropping into this one. But I like where this one is going, which is why I said I wish we had all 3, because it introduces a character and a whole concept of the Oz story that is completely new. You know what concept we're talking about?
Half naked.
yeah.
No. Scraggy Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaggy Man.
Shaggy Man, that's it.
Do your homework.
I know. I missed it by 1 consonant, which I'm not going to fully take the blame on, because I don't know what you guys read this on, but the font they chose was a little small.
Yeah, I had to zoom in a lot.
Yeah. I was using a fairly large iPad, and it was still there's parts that were a little hard to read. So
yeah,
Shaggy Scraggy.
I read it on my laptop and I just like zoomed in a few percent and I was fine.
Gotcha. So what is Oz Kingdom of the Lost about? Who wants to kind of summarize what's happening, which I know the story doesn't get fully developed, but what's happening?
So I guess previously in one of the past series, the Tin Man gave up his life for, I don't know, the city of Oz and stuff like that, and they just turned him into a statue, or just treated him as a statue and memorial, I guess. But then the Shaggy Man comes and revives him and is like, you're coming with me, goodbye. And so now Dorothy and her friends, the Scarecrow, of course, her wolf, Toto, and a witch lady, they need to go find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were only on, page 2 or maybe 3 before there was massive bloodshed.
Yeah.
So that's a concept that's a little new to Oz. But yeah, that was pretty cool. It comes and reanimates what was thought to be just a statue, but is the Tin Man. And
he looks cool, by the way.
And I don't know if he's under a spell or if he really does have a grudge against the kingdom, because everybody else, I guess, in this occurrence, everybody else is like a hero for saving Oz, and he was not treated as a hero. He was put on display. But yeah, he looks like a huge transformer or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Shaggy Man, did I get it right that time?
Yeah, I think so.
Shaggy Man kills the guards, rescues his new friend, the Tin Man, and they disappear into a big hole in the ground. And that's where Dorothy has to have her crew go chase after them, and they find all kinds of stuff down there. Now, not a whole lot happened. She goes to try to assemble a crew, which is always good for a story. Got to go assemble your crew. That's my favorite part of most superhero movies. Tried to recruit her good friend, the lion.
Oh my god, that totally went over my head.
But that was the lion.
Yeah.
He's quite literally a lion.
I was just like, wow, they've got cat people.
Oh,
Cat people.
That's so cool.
wow.
Well, the lion himself is, again, great artwork. Just an awesome, like, super buff, man beast of a lion.
Yeah.
But he's got 2 children, a
and
son
he's
and
retired.
a daughter. Yeah,
They're
he's
so
retired.
cute.
Well, he died. He said he died.
Oh, yeah.
So he must have got killed and then revived in the last battle or something. But he's got 2 kids that look kind of like little, this is probably before your time, but Thundercats. Well, Thundercats got rebooted.
See, I was thinking they looked like Catra. Is that her name? From He-Man's sister. Whatever that show's called.
She-Ra.
Like the
Princess
new
of
one.
Power. Yeah, they look like that. Humanoid lions. And they're looking for adventure, so they kind of sneakily followed Dorothy and her gang. And it's a good thing because they end up kind of saving the day a little bit, but
yeah,
we can kind of see that the main lion's going to come after them, and he will, despite his wanting, he will become a big part of this fight, I'm sure. But yeah, so that's all just a quick story of the, hey, we need to form a posse. We need to come after the bad guy. We need to find out what happened to him. And then off they go into this hole, and they see some bad, disgusting things down in the hole, including a whole city. And that's kind of where it stops.
Yeah.
Some kind of big castle underground and some cocoons growing something. Who knows what that is? Can't be good, though. But then after that is kind of a flashback scene of how the Shaggy Man came to Oz.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the coolest concept.
Yeah.
And that's really what hooked me on this series, because I read a little bit about it before picking up this issue. And so Shaggy Man is not in Oz by chance. He is there because he was also a resident of Kansas and happened to be close to the farm where Dorothy is from, and got sucked up into the same tornado, which wasn't a natural occurrence, wasn't a natural disaster. It was some witch.
The baddie witch.
Yeah, cast a spell because she was upset that Dorothy had her wolf Toto.
Yeah.
I am confused because earlier in the issue, I'm pretty sure they were like, oh yeah, she was just a little girl from Kansas, and then they show the flashback and she's a fully grown girl with short shorts and a low-cut shirt. So I don't know if they've got their timeline right over here.
That's what they think.
Let me explain to you again how capitalism works. This company, Zenescope, has an audience. That audience does not want to see 6-year-old Dorothy. But yeah, so that having that story and having the Shaggy Man end up in Oz, and instead of being celebrated as the great savior for killing the witch, he is immediately enslaved, captured by some unknown baddies, and immediately enslaved. And that's why he has such a grudge against the Kingdom of Oz.
Which is unfortunate
And
because he was
Dorothy.
so nice to Dorothy in Kansas.
Yeah. And I almost thought for a second, it's been a while since I watched the movie. It's been, since 1939 since I watched the movie when it came out, that I first thought I was kind of having a fake memory of, was the Shaggy Man actually in the movie? Because she kind of meets some kind of like circus salesman type dude. But that was
that's the sequel, I think, right?
I think
no, it's not. But that's
she goes
the
and sees this guy and then tries to go home, and that's when she gets caught in the storm. But that was the guy who became
the wizard.
The wizard, yeah. So everybody in her real life was a part of her, you know, fantasy life of Oz. So, which I thought was for that movie back then, pretty darn cool. So overall, the first issue of this, what'd you guys think?
I enjoyed it. Like, even though there's like a lot of backstory you said, or like other issues, I feel like it was pretty easily understandable.
Yeah, there's only 2 editor notes, I guess, that got popped in there that said this happened. You know, one was the Lion dying.
Yeah.
The Lion who is currently talking to Dorothy, telling her that he had died at some point. And the other, I forget what it was, probably when she was talking to the other magic witch ladies and whoever that king is. Which, is that her father?
Yeah, I didn't know Dorothy had a father.
Did I catch that right? That's her father that's on the throne?
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, so a lot happens before this, but you're right, it is by itself a kind of a satisfying story. Or at least the beginning to it. What did you think, Amber?
I liked the character designs a lot. Like, despite the weird clothes, because you can't fight and stuff like that, but that's beyond the point. This new character, Adrasty, I don't know how to say her name, but
I
she's
pronounce her name either.
And she's got so many cool powers.
Oh yeah.
And she looks kind of like if Raven and Starfire combined. That's kind of what her outfit is, which is cool. But I wonder if she like actually is one of the witches. Like, I don't know. I'm sure if I've seen what's the musical, Wicked, then I might know. But I don't know. But I liked it.
Yeah, and then I looked ahead to
spoilers
issues 2 and 3. I didn't look in them, but I just looked at, you know, some synopsis. And apparently by issue 3, they reintroduce a character that was apparently in some of the older series. Called the Patchwork Girl. And they show her on one of the covers. You know how comics have multiple covers these days.
Yeah.
And her cover is pretty cool. It's exactly what you'd think a Patchwork Girl would look like if she was sexified plus 40.
Oh my gosh.
18 charisma.
No.
So what do you think? Do we have to grab the other 2 issues of this and finish this thing out?
I think so.
Yeah. Got to see how this thing ends. So this would have been a little fuller of an episode if we had actually done our homework and figured out this was just a 3-issue miniseries and read the whole thing, but we didn't. So we'll leave the audience wondering, just like we are currently wondering now. Wondering what happens to Dorothy and her friends. Wondering if Family Geekery ever picks up the other 2 issues and reads them, and wondering if we ever revisit the subject in the future. But I'm happy to have found a new comic company, a new indie comic company.
Yeah.
Who, according to their website, is quite successful. I'm not sure if you're supposed to say that.
I've heard the name before.
In your own website.
Is this the company that made that like Cinderella comic book that you got?
You know, I thought it might have been, but looking in their list of comics, I don't know. Unless, I guess the list of comics that I looked at was 2023 and 2024. So I think that Cinderella comic that I got for you was a little bit older than that, probably. But it is definitely right up their alley.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have to check this out and report on it in a future episode.
Yeah.
So anything else for this episode from you two before we call it a night?
I don't think so.
But Amber didn't suddenly remember something that she was supposed to say in Geeky Weeks?
No.
She's going to remember when we're
that.
doing the outro.
That's true. There's always the outro. All right. So I guess that's going to wrap this one up. We thank you for listening. Go check out Zenescope.com. Check out some of the titles that they have. A lot of them are available in graphic novel format that combines all of the issues of that series. So check that out. Check out our socials. Check out our YouTube. See what's happening there. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out
and
geek out.
Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.